welcome to Entertainment Weekly's San Diego Comic-Con 2022 studio. We are live right now. I am Jared Hall. Thanks so much for joining us, and thank you for joining me, the one and only Mr. William Shatner. Yeah. How are you today?
I'm so well, Jared. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
There's only one and only of you, too.
That is so true. That is so true, especially with my name spelling. You got that right. You know, your Comic-Con is quite a busy one, a nice one to come back to after 3 years that we've all been absent. You have a big panel today in Hall H, Kevin Smith moderating. Am I right that they're going to be showing some footage from this upcoming documentary?
Yes,
yeah.
That's my understanding. I've seen a little of it. It looks good.
Good, good. We are happy to see that. And then also, as equally as important, this morning, quite a big moment for you, I know. You had a handprint ceremony along with Paul Wesley, who was also playing Captain Kirk in Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Tell me all about that. What was that like for you?
It was wet. It was greasy and ugly.
Oh, the concrete. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I thought that's what you meant.
Yeah.
It's permanent for, well, maybe not permanent, but it's concrete erodes after 50 years, I believe.
As do I.
And so, right. And so I've got 50 years of permanence there.
Yeah.
But in this, in view of the way the clock works eternally, it's not very much time.
Right, right. What did that moment mean for you? I mean, this character that you helped create, that Gene Roddenberry created, that it still is this iconic after all these years?
No.
No, you don't think?
It's been 60 years since I was involved with Star Trek, and the Captain Kirk character projected me into this celebrity world and did all the things I've done. I was doing things before, but afterwards it was a whole different rhythm, and in the intervening years it's been extraordinary. I've gone to some Comic-Cons around the country. The San Diego one that we're at now, which didn't go on for, 3 years?
Yeah.
Has suddenly come back, and I believe they're expecting 150,000 people here. So it's a marvelous place to bring to the general public's attention what it is you're doing.
Yeah.
And the thing that is important to me now is this documentary that this company, Legion M, is making. And Legion M has a brilliant idea, and it's why I went with them, and people have been wanting to do a documentary on me for a while. I've turned it down. But these guys are very bright and innovative, and they have a wonderful award-winning director to do the documentary, Alexander, and I thought it'd be a good idea. But Legion M, at the same time, is asking people to look at their company and their slate of things they're filming, including my documentary, and invest in the company. Not give us money, but buy a share of the company.
Oh, wow.
And so for your few dollars, whatever it is that you put in, you'll get a piece of the company, and then you have a vested interest in the property, in the movie, and you can offer an opinion of what you think of it. And I mean, it's just a great idea that's manifesting itself right now.
Yeah, another way to get the fans involved.
Hey, that's what they are.
Yeah.
They aren't just on the periphery.
Right.
They're involved.
Right. This documentary, as you have been going through the process of making it, I assume that means that you are perhaps looking back at old footage, at photographs, thinking about lots of things you have experienced through the years. Are there things that you've kind of forgotten about that you're like, oh, right, I did this really cool thing?
Well, a lot of that, I was 2 days in front of a camera for many hours each day, and so talked a great deal about a subject I know very little about. That's me.
You.
Yeah. And did the best I could. And then Alexander Philippe has been doing months of research and piecing it together. And everybody's quite happy with what they've seen.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned people have approached you through the years to make a documentary, and you just turned them down. So aside from, obviously, you like these guys who are involved, but why now? Why didn't you do it earlier? What made now the right time?
Well, in the intervening time that when I was asked, and now, I've gotten older. I don't know whether you know about that.
Happens to the best of us.
Okay, so the older I get, the more I think maybe I should record some thoughts, which I did on another company, Storyfile it's called, and they did a whole interview thing, and it's artificial intelligence, and you would ask the figure a question. So if we had Beethoven on Storyfile, you'd be able to ask Beethoven, press a button, say, Beethoven, why did you write da 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 da? So Storyfile is great, and then this Legion M and Orange Comet is doing an NFT of the stuff that I'm doing, and it's really remarkable. I also was asked to entertain at Kennedy Center.
Yes.
A month or two ago.
Wow.
And we've recorded that, and that's now going to be a film, Shatner at the Live, and an album.
An album.
And an album.
Getting some music.
And let me tell you one more thing to bore you completely.
No.
I've designed a watch using the Webb telescope. So it's a Webb watch. And look for that. That's coming out.
And you have another book coming this fall.
And NASA, I forgot about the book. And NASA imprimatur on the watch, and a book called Boldly Go, be out in October.
I cannot wait for that one. I mean, of course, you've written several books,
Yes.
But there's so much to your life story that I think people are fascinated at every turn. I got to know, before we wrap up here, do you remember...
I'm done, by the way, so now anything you have to say, I'd be glad to hear.
Well, I'm wondering if you remember your first fan convention. What do you remember?
I do.
Yeah?
It was early 70s in New York, and they said there's people. I'm a serious actor. I'm not going to go talk about. No, there are 15,000 people. 15,000 people in a hotel. So I went, and the terror of stepping in front of those people and not knowing, no lines. I didn't, there are no lines to learn. You're going to talk like we're talking. But in front of 15,000 people, my biggest fear was making a Freudian slip.
Still to this day.
To
right?
this day, I mean, you may
understand that.
You may say, well, you're on live television all the time, but you can edit you there. You say something inadvertently, which may be a little more revealing than you want it to be.
Right.
You're hung up, not being able to. So, no, I didn't mean that. I meant,
Right.
But what you really meant was.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you got through that one just fine, it seems.
And then gathered my courage and kept going.
Kept going. Well, we're happy about it. My grandma was my babysitter when I was a kid, and we often had on Star Trek reruns.
No kidding.
I was watching as a young kid. So
is your grandmother still with us?
She just passed last year, but
I'm sorry to hear that.
She would be thrilled to know I'm sitting here with you right now.
We know
she
that.
absolutely did.
Yeah.
Oh, she loved television. That's where I got it from. Well, listen, it's been a great pleasure. Thanks for being with us. All right. Stay tuned to EW.com for all of your Comic-Con needs. We'll be back with more.